Good morning, this is Mr. Holding, and this quick video is just looking at the how to use the pH meter and how to do the salinity test for task 2 in year 7. So what we've got here is we've got our pH meter and we've got our silver nitrate. The pH is obviously to test the pH of the water, and the silver nitrate is so we can test the salinity. Alright, so we'll have a look at the pH first, because we're going to use the same water sample. There's no point doing two different things. Okay, so I've got my pH meter here and it's off, so the first thing I'm going to do is turn it on. So hold down that button and you'll see the numbers start to come up. Alright, so we might have something on it already. Okay, 5.8. So I've got my sample here. I've got two samples, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to immerse the tip of it in there, and you can see the pH is doing it. I'm just going to swirl it gently. Okay, and I might do that for 30 seconds just to make sure that the sensor picks up the pH as accurately as possible. Okay, and I suppose what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the pH to settle so that it stops changing. Now it hasn't changed in a bit there, which suggests that this is a pH of 6.5. Okay, so let's say that's taken from location A. I might then go ahead and say that the pH of sample of the water at sample A is 6.5. Okay, move that to the side, and then I can go to sample B. Okay, same thing. Now, keeping in mind I just came out of one sample to another, probably want to give it a bit more time to make sure I cleanse the sensor. Okay, and what looks like is happening is looks like the pH has gone up. Which means that the other one was acidic and this one has somewhat of a basic pH. So I'll keep going for another 10 seconds. Okay, and it's measuring automatically for me. Now if I want to hold that, I can hold that down and it'll lock the pH for me if I want to record it, but that's pretty easy. So I put this down as a 7.4, so the pH of sample B is 7.4. Alright, so now I'm going to do, that was my pH test, and of course I turned it off when I was finished, put the cap back on to protect the sensor. Okay, so this time I'm going to do my salinity test. So all I need is 3 drops of silver nitrate. Now, silver nitrate is not a great thing to be handling. Okay, so you need to be very careful. It stains things, stains your clothes, stains your hands, it'll stain the bench, so you don't muck around with it. It's also not particularly good for you. Okay, so you need to avoid getting it on your skin at all costs, please. So I'm just going to drop 3 drops in, and what I'm looking for to see if it goes cloudy, so it reacts with the salt. So that's 3 drops for that one, for location A, and then 3 drops for location B. Now, there's a bit of a table you'll get when you do this, and it says that if it doesn't react at all, and it stays clear, it means there's no salt. If it's a little bit cloudy, it means there's a little bit of salt, and if it goes white and murky, that means there's a lot of salt in it. So, you can probably see in there that you can see it's gone quite white and murky. So there's a fair bit of salt in this one, in sample A, for example. Okay, so we'd say a high amount of salt in that. It's hard to quantify, so just say nil, low, or high. And then the next one here, you can see there is a bit of cloudiness, all right, but nowhere near as much as sample A. So I would say that there's a low amount of salt in this. Okay, so I can then turn around and go, sample A is a high amount of salt, and sample B is a low amount of salt. If it was perfectly clear, I would say that there's no salt. Okay, so they're the 2 tests we have to do with the water, the pH test and the salinity test. Hope you found this helpful.